Hello everybody, today we're going to talk about how to store your hydrogen water. See, this is one of the problems with hydrogen water is that the hydrogen leaves the water, and it makes it actually kind of frustrating because if you want to take it with you to the gym or if you want to just take it with you to work because you're not by your machine all day long, the hydrogen really doesn't last that long in the water. Now with the Lourdes, they claim that the hydrogen stays in the water for something like 12 hours at 80 or 90%, but I've been doing some testing with the blue drops here. I think I've talked about them before, but they're Japanese blue drops that are really accurate in testing for hydrogen, and it doesn't hold it for 12 hours. And I actually found out how and why they claimed that number. What they were doing is when the hydrogen water is exposed to the air, that actually causes the hydrogen to leave. And also movement causes the hydrogen to leave. And also it just depends on a lot of different factors like the temperature of the water and whatnot. So when they came up with that 12-hour number was because they had taken some hydrogen water from the Lourdes machine, then they put it in a little container where they sucked the air out of the container, then they set it down. The water was at 68 degrees and they set it down, it didn't move at all, and 12 hours later it still had 80% to 90% roughly of the hydrogen in it. But that's not what I would call a real world scenario. Realistically, it would probably stay in the water depending on many factors for about an hour or two or so. And so that just wasn't working for me. I really needed to be able to take the water with me, and I couldn't figure out any way to do it. I was putting it in stainless steel containers. It wasn't working until I finally found this really cool Japanese pouch that there's only one company in the entire world apparently that makes these special pouches for hydrogen water. It has many different layers of specific materials that are able to hold the hydrogen in. It also sucks the air out of the container. It has a patent on it. You squeeze the air out of it, and then every time you pour it into your mouth, no air ever gets into the container. Then the inner layer also of the pouch is some type of non-toxic material. And then it has it's a patented nozzle also, as you can see. Even this part connects to the actual pouch, and then there's something actually inside the pouch. Now, I have a cover on it because it protects it. It's kind of like a space bag. It would look more like this thing. This is what they look kind of like new. And it's just it's a special pouch. And what you do is you just open it up, and you pour water in it, and you screw the top on. It's got a nice good seal on it, like a gasket. Then you have to take this little top off, and then you squeeze it. You fill it up to about here. You can fill it up all the way. The manufacturer says to fill it up about 80%. I fill mine up a little more, but then you squeeze the air out of it, and once water comes up a little bit, that's when you stop. And then you can see this has a little gasket on it. And then I just put that on, and you can take this water with you all day long. Now, the manufacturer claims that you can put this sideways, which is better apparently because of the pressure, in your refrigerator, and 90 to 100% of the hydrogen will stay in the water for 2 weeks. Now, that's pretty crazy. But in real world scenarios, again, I did my own testing. So I filled this thing up. I took it with me all day long. The temperature was rather warm. There was a lot of movement. I ran errands. I went to the gym. Grocery shopping. For 24 hours when I tested it, there was about 80 to 90% of the hydrogen still left after 24 hours. But that's with movement. That's with, hot temperatures in the car. There was a lot of factors. So actually it was pretty impressive. So basically you can fill this up and take it with you all day long. It holds about 1.5 liters of water. And for me, it's been an absolute lifesaver. I can't even live without it, but this outer cover has helped me a lot because this thing can get punctured, and it's not super fragile, but eventually it can get damaged. So I just thought I'd share that with people because a lot of people are telling me, how can I take the hydrogen water with me, to different places? And this thing has been an absolute lifesaver. You can't find it anywhere. The only place that I was able to find it was at holyhydrogen.com. They don't sell it on the website at this time, but if you want to specifically request one, I had to write them at info@holyhydrogen.com, and then you can request it from them. And that's the only way I was able to get my hands on one. But from what I understand, eventually they'll have them on their website. So again, I just wanted to share this with you guys. I hope you found it helpful, and I'll see you next time.
Uprising of the spirits.
Being put through here.
Oh, can you hear it? It's the children who come to mind.